Benvenuti in questo nuovo video. Anche qui ho avuto l'occasione di poter parlare con Charm Osathanond, che sicuramente voi conoscerete nel ruolo di Princess Pattamika in The Loyal Pin, un personaggio controverso per tantissimi punti di vista, ma anche un personaggio molto molto amato. Inoltre abbiamo saputo empatizzare con il suo personaggio, abbiamo saputo empatizzare con le sue emozioni. In questa chiacchierata che Charm mi ha concesso abbiamo avuto la possibilità di vedere Princess Pattamika sotto un altro punto di vista, quindi spero possiate gradire questa visione, questa analisi del personaggio di Princess Pattamika, grazie e soprattutto attraverso gli occhi e la voce e la persona di Charm, che è stata gentilissima e disponibilissima. Tra l'altro vi ha anche lasciato un piccolo messaggio in italiano, quindi mi raccomando, supportate appunto questo mio canale, ricordatevi di iscrivervi al mio canale, di lasciare un like al video e un piccolo commentino e soprattutto di dare una pata alla campanellina, perché ci saranno tantissimi altri contenuti. Il vostro supporto è fondamentale per poter spargere ancora di più la voce che l'Italia c'è, che l'Italia vuole i GL thailandesi come rappresentanza e soprattutto che noi esistiamo. E Charm è stata veramente molto carina, molto disponibile a dare la sua visione e il suo punto di vista e soprattutto a dare anche un messaggio di conforto per tutti i suoi fan italiani, e spero che voi possiate gradire questa conversazione piacevolissima che abbiamo fatto e che lei mi ha concesso. Grazie ancora, Charm.
Buongiorno. Did I say it right?
Yeah. Sadiqa. Ciao, Charm.
So,
Thank you.
your name is Ilaria, right? Am I
Yeah,
saying it
Ilaria.
correctly?
Yeah. You said perfectly. Yeah.
Ciao, Ilaria.
I'm so excited to talk to you. Really, it's an honor to talk to you.
Happy to be here.
Especially, you have to know that you are very loved in Italy. You're very
Oh,
loved.
really?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Every time I share a
Right? Is that thank you?
every time I tell
How do you
me.
say thank you?
Grazie mille.
What's arrivederci?
Arrivederci is like goodbye, bye bye.
Oh, okay, so not arrivederci yet.
No, it's not yet an arrivederci. Exactly.
Okay.
You speak very well Italian.
Very little. Dai midnight.
Well, it's the same for me with Thai. It's not very easy, so it's normal. But yeah, you speak very well.
You can teach me Italian, and I can teach you some Thai.
Yeah. Okay, I will do it. I will do it for sure. I'm gonna teach you some Italian words for sure. So, for example, if you want to say thank you, is grazie.
Grazie.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's a very perfect. So every time I share something about you, some stories or something like that, my Italian community said, "Oh, zia Pattamika," which is like Auntie Pattamika, is in a very sweet way, because we really loved you, how you portray Princess Pattamika in The Loyal Pin.
Thank you so much.
We really loved you, how you portray, and we miss you a lot, by the way. We really miss you a lot.
You miss the Loyal Pin too.
Yeah. And did you see I have the shirt too today? I have the shirt.
Yes, now I do.
Yeah, because we really missed the story of the Loyal Pin. We learned a lot through the Loyal Pin, because it's not only a GL series, it's an historical series. So we'll learn a lot about Thai culture, which is very deep, which is very beautiful, about the tradition, about everything. But so before we start to talk about Princess Pattamika, can you tell us when your passion for the entertainment industry began? I'm very curious.
My passion for the entertainment industry began, I think I kind of had it in me the whole time, since I was in kindergarten, since I was a little girl. But I think I had so many dreams. At one time I wanted to become a politician once.
Politician,
And
wow.
then as I grew up, I realized that's not for me. And I also wanted to be an athlete, a professional athlete at one point. And when I was 4, I watched the Miss Universe pageant, and I wanted to represent Thailand on the Miss Universe stage. And yeah, so I had so many dreams. And during high school, I was focused on becoming a golfer. And I practiced every single day. And I really tried to pursue that goal. But in the end, I never made it to the national team. So at that time, I was just thinking to myself, like, my other dream was to represent Thailand at a
Okay.
at an international stage. Uh, Under what category doesn't matter. I just want to represent Thailand. I want to represent my country proud. And so I thought to myself, what other skills do I have? And what other dreams did I have growing up as a kid? And so uh, I thought, okay, then I'll do Miss Universe. And
Wow.
yeah, that's when I decided to transform from an athlete into a beauty queen.
A beauty queen. Wow, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
This
then
is
after,
mhm.
so like as an athlete, I never wore heels in my life. And so the minute I decided that I was going to go for Miss Universe Thailand, I started practicing wearing heels, and I made it like an everyday item. So if I had to go out and buy food just at the malls, I would be wearing heels. And
Wow.
instead of running on the treadmill in my sneakers or my running shoes, I'd be wearing heels on the treadmill. So I made it like a daily routine to make sure that I could one day represent Thailand. And then, okay, to come back to your question, how did my journey in the entertainment industry begin?
Mhm.
So after I represented Thailand in Miss Universe, I came back, and people in the media industry offered me different roles. So
Okay.
that's when I began my passion. And I realized that acting is what I truly loved. And
Mm.
since then, since I started in like 2006 professionally.
Okay.
And so that's when I realized that this is what I really love to do.
This is your path, right? This is what you want to do. But I was just like thinking about you walking with the heels and just trying to learn how to do that. I think it was. I want to know it was not easy. I suppose, right? From
It
sneakers to
was,
heels,
yeah,
it
really
was.
difficult. It's like being someone that I'm not used to being.
Yeah, I can
Lots
understand
of
because
learning.
I don't know how it's to walk on heels. I tried in the past. I really tried, but no, I'm not so good. But I
But
think that
you
you're
know, Melania, being a beauty queen, I think, is one of the reasons why the producers for the Loyal Pin selected me as Auntie Pattamika.
yeah, I think because she
Yeah.
has a sort of a gesture, posture, a royal posture, right? So you have this kind of things already, right? I think so because she's a princess. Pratamika, she's a
Yes.
princess, so she has
It's
to do.
royalty.
She's
She
not a
has to be,
commoner.
she's got to have like the characteristics of royalty. So difficult, really.
What was the most difficult things to do? I mean, when you prepare the role of Princess Pattamika, what was the most difficult things to learn? I mean, there is the royal protocol, the what kind of things?
Etiquette,
Mm,
being someone who I'm not. It's so difficult because Padmika, she's, as you said, she's Princess Padmika, she's royalty,
yeah.
and so her gestures, her mannerisms, everything. It's like she can't she can't be quick in her movement. She has to
Mm.
be all poised.
She's very
You know, everything has to be like
slow.
Yeah. And like in real life, once the director yells cut, I'm like, okay, let's go. Where are we going? Where are we gonna have lunch? And like once they say action, I'm like, okay, slow down.
Remember?
Oh, I remember I walked too fast in the scenes where I had to like carry the tray to give to like either my big brother or Becky or
Hmm.
something. I don't remember what it was, but I was walking too fast and they were all like, it's not a catwalk. You're going to the palace. I'm like, slow down.
So okay, so it was challenging for this reason, because in the beauty
Yeah.
pageants, maybe everything is fast, right? Everything is really, really fast. While for Princess
Yes.
Pattamika is like calm down, is like more with manners and things like that. So it was not easy. So this is the most challenging things to do. I wasn't thinking about that.
No. The most challenging thing for me, and I'm sure for a lot of other people in this series, is the language.
For you too? Really?
Oh my gosh, it is so difficult because it's not regular spoken language. It's
Mm-hmm.
not like this generation's language. This is like, okay, just go back into time, like about say 60 years, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's not just the language back then. It's the language that is specific to the way people speak inside the palace.
Mm, mm, mm. I think
Yeah,
that
difficult.
it's the same for us. I mean, when we studied some ancient poetry, we have some
Yeah,
ancient Italian language, which is not a
it's
common
just
one.
like that. I'm gonna compare it to like Shakespearean language. It's not the
Mm,
language that we speak in everyday
yeah.
life.
It's like maybe for us, you said Shakespearean, maybe for us it's like Dante, right? With the Divina Commedia. It's the same.
Yeah,
We have, yeah, we have dialects, we have an ancient Italian, of course, that we are not using right now in these days. So
yes,
I know
it's
that
ancient
also
language. Yes.
for Becky was very harsh to learn Thai language in that
It
period.
was actually my motivation for doing for preparing for each day on the
Mm,
set because I was thinking like, okay, I've been in this industry for almost 20 years and my Thai would be okay, decent enough to act in other roles, right?
yeah.
But it must be so difficult for her because some of the words I've never even heard of myself.
Wow.
And for her to learn about the meanings of each word and put it in a sentence plus acting everything out must be so difficult for her.
And
And so
remember,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. I think that so it was the most challenging things for most part of the cast, as I right now you're
yes,
telling me,
for
right?
everyone. Because at first, because I grew up in an international school, so English was the language that we spoke at school.
Okay.
And so once I have to act in Thai and start speaking in Thai, it's pretty challenging for me too.
Mm.
But I thought it was just me. And I thought everyone else would think that, oh, this is simple, this is easy. But everyone who grew up in Thai schools, they said, oh, it's difficult for us too. And
Wow.
I'm like, yeah.
So what this is something that I want to know right now. So what we, of course, we are following the GL series with the English
Yeah.
subtitles to understand. So what we listen, it's an ancient Thai, right? Because in this moment, I can understand the difference because of course, I don't know
Yeah.
the modern Thai, but
Yeah.
what we listen is an ancient, right? It's a little bit different from the common Thai, from the modern Thai.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a lot different. Uh, yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but
No, no, no.
I
I trust you. No, I
compare
really
it,
trust you.
it would be Shakespearean language. You don't say that in real life.
No, I know. I
It's
know.
poetic. It's more
Oh,
poetic.
wow. It's really challenging, but you did so well that we didn't know about that.
You. I
Yeah, yeah,
did
yeah.
try my best. And it's not just that, I must say. For my role, especially, I had to like be very lady and I would have to be very skillful in the
Mm,
kitchen
mm, mm.
and in the household
Okay.
categories,
Ah,
such
okay. Yeah.
as knitting. So I
Yeah.
didn't know how to do any of that. And I had to practice. So we've got like other people practicing other things and remembering lines on the set, right?
Yeah.
And here I am in the corner with my fruits. I'm carving.
Beautiful.
It's so difficult. Yeah, it's very difficult. And you know, in the scenes where I had to teach Lady Pin how
Yeah.
to carve,
Yeah.
yeah, so I'd be like, okay, Lady Pin, let me show you how it's done. And then I have to look very confident. And I'm here like with my hands almost shaking and I'm trying to like calm myself down. And in the meantime, I have to say the lines
Ah,
of
okay.
a language that I'm not used to saying. And yeah, I, then the director says cut and then says, Peter, we have to see you at the monitor. So I'm like, okay. I go to the monitor and
Mm.
then he's like, okay, let's watch this together. And then once I finish the scene, I'm just like laughing already. And he's like, yeah, so it looks like Lady Pin is teaching you how to carve. Yeah.
So you have to mix a lot of emotions, a lot of challenges at the same
Yeah.
time.
She
Wow.
knows about it. She's very good at all this kind of stuff. She's very good at carving. She's good at
Yeah.
knitting. So she's like my personal coach on the set. And like once the director yells cut, and in between takes, Green's like, okay, hold it this way. I'm going to start it for you, like with the carving. I'm going to hold the knife this way. And then she starts carving for me. And then she's like, okay, now here. And then she adjusts my hands to make it look like I'm actually like skillful and I
Beautiful.
know what I'm doing. And then they say action. And I'm like,
See, well, I'm so good. Yeah.
yeah,
Wow. Yeah. Also, I saw the carving for it. It's something very, I think, very difficult, right? I really would love to do that once in my life, honestly, because it's very beautiful from the
it's
aesthetical
so
point of view.
difficult. If you have all day, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think that it's so beautiful at the same time so difficult, right? It's the same thing. I think so. I don't
Yeah,
know. I think that Princess Pattamika is like a very challenging character. We saw her changing through the story, right? So she's very calm,
yeah,
very very comprehensive, and then everything, there's the plot twist and everything is there is an explosion at the end of the series, right?
yes. I
But
think it was episode 12, right? If I'm not mistaken,
yeah, yeah.
right? Yeah, the episode where everyone loved me.
You're asking why you're so loved despite that?
No, 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 I'm joking. It's like,
No,
yeah, I remember.
I
I know
can
it
explain
was
to you.
good. Ah,
So no, I want to say that because I read the story. Okay, I read the book,
mhm.
and I know that it was challenging because I think, wow, okay, she has to be a real obstacle in the story, in the love story between Anil and Pin, and I was like, okay, so it will be very challenging for her, for you, and I was like, oh my god, but at the same time we were very comprehensive towards you, and believe me, it's not something very usual, for the audience,
Yeah,
because as you can, that we are affectionate towards the actresses, towards the love, so it's normal.
yeah, they're
But
very lovable on screen. I mean, really.
yeah, yeah, but for you it was different. So I think because
Mhm.
you did so well. You really did so
Oh,
well.
thank you.
Really, I was like, I remember when there was the first scene when Princess Patamika was like talking to Pin, right? And she was so
Mhm.
mad and she was like so angry with her. But at the same time, you were so good that we were like, okay, anyway, everything will be fine. But you were so good. I was like so focused on your acting, and I was like very, very flustered because it was not so easy. So I want to know how was, to portray such a difficult character, knowing that she was the real
Hmm.
obstacle in this love story. How did you handle this? I don't know, this stress, this kind of challenging. I don't know. How did you do that?
I think it's all about communication,
Mm,
especially with the director.
mm,
And in the beginning, the way I saw Padmika, I thought she was just a strict auntie and she's the villain. That's how I thought of her.
mm.
But
Okay.
P.Q. is the director. He told me from day one, he's like, hang on, you're not the villain. Let's get this straight. And I'm like, huh, can you elaborate on that? And then he told me how he wanted Padmika to come out. She's not trying to cause trouble. She's not trying to be mean. She is trying to give her niece the entire world and trying to protect her
Mm,
from
mm.
anything that would have a chance to hurt her. So
Okay.
instead of seeing that the love between Pin and Anin could happen, Padmika thought that in the end, Pin would get hurt. So she would do anything in the world to stop that from happening. But the core of it all is from love.
Yeah. Okay. So
That's
you give.
it. And that's all you have to understand.
Okay. Okay. So I think that you watch her from a different point of view, right?
Yeah.
That's and I think that's why we love Princess Pattamika at the same time because we saw another kind of Princess Pattamika because from the novel she was very angry, she was very strict, she has strict manners,
Yes.
of course, but
Because I think episode 10, it shows the flashback
mm,
to Padmika's love life as like a young adult, right?
yeah,
So the story there, so I think Padmika falls in love with someone of a higher ranking, right?
yeah,
And so it didn't work out because it was, I think, it's different there because so she passed away. So it's a different story
yeah,
than Pin and Anin. But she just doesn't want her niece to go through that pain. So she stops it from the beginning.
mm,
And all of her actions, uh, she acted the way she did because she thought that it's the best choice with the all of the factors and everything that she knew at the time. She thought that that's the
yeah,
best decision for
yeah,
her
yeah, yeah, yeah.
niece.
Yeah, because I think that Princess Petramika, in some way, she's very scared. She's very fragile from some point of view.
Yeah.
She's hurt from what she's been through in the past for her story.
Yes.
So she's very scared, you know? And as I'm talking to you, you're telling me that, and that's very good because we really empathize with this feeling, you know? She was very
Yeah.
scared, so she doesn't want that. Also, Pin can go through these kind of things because love is sometimes can be a very big problem, you know. It's very
It's just a
dangerous.
difference between generations and a
Exactly.
difference between characteristics because
Yeah.
Pin is someone who would listen to her aunt all the time, but once she finds love, she wants to listen to herself as well. But I'd say Padmika is someone who's disciplined, loving,
Mm,
and very traditional. That's why, like, she's someone who's strict and she wouldn't bend the rules no
mm,
matter
mm,
what,
mm,
right?
mm.
And she lives in a very structured, in the box kind of way. So
Yeah.
she's not someone who would be willing to step outside of the box or think outside of the box. So once this different form of love comes along, she would have to stop it right away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And also because the even the time was not very easy
yeah,
for this kind of love, right? So she was, I think,
yeah.
double scared for her.
I think so.
Yes, it's not 2025.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like way before this time.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I think that she has all these strict thoughts about love and about her discipline, and as you're telling me, and of course Princess Pattamika live in a sort of a personal world with some
Yes.
specific rules, with some specific things to do. And at the same time, there is that kind of generations, that kind of obstacles. And with her past, she's trying to balance everything. And I think that the first thing that she wants to do is to protect Pin at all costs.
Yes. That's
Right.
all it is. The
Yeah.
core of it is just love
Yeah.
and wanting the best for her niece. And in the end, it's just a beautiful story because it gives the audience hope that love conquers all. And
Yeah.
in the end, if your love is strong enough, no matter what obstacles come along the way, you'll be able to succeed in love.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's full of hope, it's full of lessons, the loyal pin, in fact. We
Yeah.
learn a lot. We learn a lot through the story, through the characters, through a lot of things. I think that there is a strong personalities, right, in a one cast, and
Yeah.
they teach us a lot. Um
Yes. Love
aside
is love. Love knows no language. Love knows no gender. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I cried a lot through the loyal pin. So
Oh,
yeah, yeah, I cried a lot. I
as
did.
an actress, we're very happy to hear that.
Yeah, I cried a lot. I laughed. I cried. I did a
It's so
lot of
weird. It's like,
things.
oh, I'm so happy you cried.
Oh, I'm happy that you're crying. Yeah, you did so well.
But it
You
means
did
that
so
we
well.
must have done something right as actors, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. I think that
Yeah.
it touched my heart. Really, it really touched my heart. I was like so worried, and at the same time, I was like, I have I don't know if you can see, but I have Sasa right there, and through the
Oh,
yeah, that kind of, and through I remember when I was doing their reactions, I have Sasa in my hand, and I was like, give me hope, give me strength to go on. And I was like, yeah, it was so beautiful. And at the same time, I really appreciate right now all these points of view that are you telling me and that you're telling to Italian community, because it's so important. And I want to say, what I'm very curious to know, because you have to learn something for the character of Princess Pattamika. But I want to know, did a Princess Pattamika teach you something? I mean, from her behavior, from her
so much.
personality.
It taught me so much because as her character taught me so much.
Mm-hmm.
I have to tell you that I was team pin all the way.
Pimping all the way.
Like
Yeah.
reading the script, I'm like, why is she so mean? Why does she have to stop them from loving each other? And like, okay, in real life, I'm actually pin. And I
Okay.
believe in love. I believe in like freedom of speech and freedom to love whoever you want to love, all of that, right?
Hmm.
But I never saw it from the other generation's point of view that adults in real life, they've been through it all before. And in many cases, like, I'm not talking about the loyal thing, I'm talking about like in real life.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like when an adult figure in a certain household sees that the child is about to make the wrong move or make the wrong decisions,
Hmm.
they would immediately stop the child. But the teenager or the child, they would think, hey, I know and I don't care. I love this person. Let me make my own mistakes. Even if I have to get hurt, even if I have to cry, I'm willing to go for it. But as adults, they're not able to watch that happen because they know that it would end up the way they think it is going to end up. But as I said, there is no set of rules for love. Something that wouldn't work out in somebody's experience doesn't mean that for this certain couple it
Yeah.
wouldn't work out. You know what I mean? So, but the loyal pin and Padmika, through her character, has taught me to see it from the other perspective,
Okay.
from the other side of
Yeah, yeah. I think that it's it's both at the same time it's a lesson from both the point of view, right? I mean,
yes,
you learn a lot through her point of view because I think that she needs to learn at the same time how to handle such kind of situation, I think. And
yes,
also because Princess Patamika is all alone with with herself. She doesn't have
yes.
someone by her side, right?
So, Pin is her entire world. So some people would actually bring up the question, oh, is it because Padmika is jealous of Pin? And I'm like, did I do something wrong in my acting? How did you portray it that way? I mean, like, you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
nothing to do with jealousy at all. But it's just that she just doesn't want Pin to get hurt. And Pin is her entire world.
Yeah,
Padmika doesn't have anyone else.
yeah,
So ever since she took in Pin, uh, adopted her, Pin became everything. So she just wants to keep Pin in a shell,
yeah,
in her own little world.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't
But
think
Pin
it's
has to have her own
jealousy.
life.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think that I didn't think for about jealousy at all. I
Yeah.
don't think that. I mean, what kind of jealousy? It's not like that. As I think I feel that Princess Pretamika wants to protect Pin because she is all she has. So it's her family.
Yes.
She's her family. She's everything. She's the whole world for Pretamika. So she wants to protect her, right? Even if she's not happy, even if sometimes it's painful, even if it's not easy for sometimes for the both of them to be together, right? Because Princess
Yeah.
Patamika imposed something from for her life, for her better life. Because I think that in that moment it's like I have to do what is the best to protect her, and what I have to do,
Yes.
I have to I have to stop this because I know what it's to be in a kind of thing. I know that how can be painful, right? So I don't think that it's jealousy. I think that it's like real protection.
Yes.
And I think also
Overprotective.
yeah, and I also think about that because I mean, it's like thinking about a woman all alone, so with all her thoughts, with her rules, with her world. So she has to handle all these kind of things by herself, and she has to handle the feelings and the love of her
Yes.
world, of her family. So I
Yeah,
think
there's like a set of rules.
yeah, yeah. I don't want to criticize or judge her. I never do that.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't have this feeling to judge Princess Patamika because I can feel her pain. I can feel her difficulties to handle all of this by herself. And also there is also the honor, right? There are also the royal protocol in this. I mean, there is the rules of the society, the opinions of the society of that time. It's everything
Yeah.
sort of a right. It's not easy.
Yeah,
So
that is so true because society in the past, Padmika and her family has to care about what everyone would think.
exactly.
So that stops them from following their own hearts
Yeah.
sometimes.
So I think that sometimes people maybe don't think about that, about how could the opinion of society of that period, and even nowadays, the opinions of the
Sure.
audience is still important, right? So I think that at that time it was much more difficult, maybe because we didn't have phones or write the comments, so we didn't follow, or we didn't have the chance to
Yeah.
do a live to explain ourselves. So at that time, you only have the possibility to do some little things to it's to express yourself, and that's why I think that your character is so loved because we really empathize with her despite the difficult decisions that she did. And
Despite the conflict. I think it was episode 12. I remember that. That scene was a very difficult scene for both of us because it was so long. It was like 2, 3 pages long. And we had to, okay, first of all, memorize everything. But then in the end, it was like a go with the flow kind of situation where Pin had to like go down on her knees and all of that. And all of it was like a very intense scene.
yeah,
And yeah,
so
we really did our best and we're really happy that you all liked it.
yeah, I cried in that moment. I remember that I really cried. I was like, oh my god, what happened? It was so good. It was so real. It was so real.
Yeah, and then it keeps on getting more intense because once it's forbidden love, there's like a certain catch to it. And Pin would have to do whatever it takes to go for that forbidden love.
Yeah.
A lot of people in the world, like especially in that generation where they're still learning about what love really is,
Yeah.
once it's forbidden, it's something that they want to run after.
Yeah.
For some people. Yeah, so and that's how it was in the Loyal Pin. So that's why all of these like forbidden scenes came along, like in the car, all
Yeah.
of that.
Also
So
because
yeah, it was a lot of fun for the audience.
yeah, because also communication is still harsh in this time.
Yes.
And I think that a lot of people felt that scene because it's still nowadays very difficult to talk about our feelings, to talk about love.
Sometimes like when I'm reading the script and I see a scene where they sneak out and they get caught by Pattamika, I'm just thinking like, man, you guys have to be more careful.
Yeah, more careful.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, she was so rude in that moment. She was so strong. She did everything. But I don't know. I think that she was more scared than angry. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that sometimes in order to protect the people that we love, we maybe sometimes we're like a storm, right? A storm of words.
Yeah,
a
we're
storm
willing to do anything.
Yeah,
You have this girl who's listening to everything you say, and then all of a sudden she's just like, okay, I'm not going to listen to you anymore. Bye. Yeah.
all of a sudden. Yeah. So she was betrayed, but I think that she was like scared because without
Yes.
without the control of Princess Pattamika, I think that she was real scared that Pin could do it something bad for her, right? I think that more in this way, more than I don't know, a betrayed from a simple behavior like that in general. I think that she was very scared, Princess Pattamika, in that moment. And
That is true.
yeah, I felt that. I don't know why. I felt that she didn't know what to do. I want to say that again because I don't think that a lot of people understood that she was all alone. And I think that it's important, because when you are all alone with your own mind,
You have thought.
yeah, what do you have to do? I mean, who teach me what I have to do? If I know only this way, right? I mean, if I
Yeah,
just
as
know
I said, she believes that what she did is right
exactly, yeah,
with what she knew at the time.
yeah. So I think that she did what she knows to do. That's
Yeah.
simple. I mean, if I knows that this is the right thing and you are doing something different from what I know, it's dangerous. It's danger. It's
Whatever Patmika did, like not allowing Pin to go out and see Anin, right?
Yeah.
It's like trying to get from point A to point B.
Yeah.
I have to stop Pin and Anin from seeing each other. And that's it.
Yeah.
You can't see them. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'll do whatever it takes.
Yeah. It's very simple. It's a very simple thing. Yeah. For me,
Yes.
yeah. For me, it's very. In that moment, I was like, okay, she's doing what she knows. Okay, yeah, she wants to be I completely secure with her own thoughts, with her family. So okay, that's it. So in fact, at the same time, Princess Pattamika was very worried for Pin, right? Because she
Yeah.
was sick, she didn't eat, so and she saw that. So I want to know from your point of view at this point. I want to know how challenging was to balance these feelings of, I want to do whatever it takes, and at the same time, oh my God, I'm just watching her crying and sad at the same time. How did you balance these two kind of feelings?
This was because as I said, I was Team Pin, right?
Yeah.
And it was kind of rooting for Pin and Anin to have successful love. But in the meantime, I'm portraying the other side of the story. And so sometimes, I had to use a lot of concentration in each scene. And sometimes the director would have to tell me, like, hey, we're on this side, we're not on that side. And I'm like, yeah, I know, I feel it. And sometimes it shows. And the director is really quick on sensing these things. He's like, that's what you're thinking. And I'm like, yeah, you got me. So then I have to like take a deep breath and be like, okay, we're on this.
Okay, okay. So what we see sometimes, because there are some moments in which Princess Pattamika is like watching from afar, pain, and it's like, okay, she's sad. Okay, she's not
Yeah,
feeling.
she
So
doesn't want to hurt him.
okay, okay. So this was her.
Yeah,
Okay, okay. No, because I saw this. I really appreciate this double point of view at the same time because she was angry. Okay, but at the same time there was moments like scenes where Princess Matamiga was like far from her, but she was like, "I'm worried about you. I
yeah.
know that you are sad. I know that you are."
It's like she's watching every single step. And
Yeah,
she knows that it's difficult, but she has to do it. Even though like she hates seeing Pin sad, it's something she has to do because she thinks it's best for Pin.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
it doesn't matter how sad you are, you have to break up.
yeah. Okay.
It's better to get hurt now than to drag it along for 3 years, fall deeply in love, and break up then because you have to break up anyway. Might as well do it now. Now that's how she thought things have to go.
Yeah, yeah, no, absolutely. I really appreciate this double point of view, these double things, because we have the chance to see Princess Pattamika at the same time in different ways. I think that was she was more difficult for her at the same time because she
Yes.
knows that this was the right thing to do, but at all cost, she was very
Mm-hmm.
sad. She was very worried about Pin, and Pin was like very. She was the good girl who follows the rules, who follows the control of her family, right? Because also Pin, oh, despite Anil and everything, she was all alone. I think that loneliness is something that connects the I think this is my personal point of view, huh? But I think
Yeah.
that loneliness is something that really link Princess Pattamika and Pain because both of you know how deep is to be alone with yourself. So that's why I think at the same time you are very connected, right? Because I was like watching the personal background and I was like, wow, it's so dangerous to be alone. It's so difficult to be alone when you have no one to ask an advice, you learn about yourself. So
Yeah.
that's why I really appreciate.
It's like you talk to yourself and you agree with yourself and you think that, oh, this is correct. This is
Yeah.
right. That's what to do. That's the right thing to do.
So I want to know if you could speak to Princess Pattamika in your real life. Okay, right now you are Charm,
Mhm.
okay, and you have in front of you Princess Pattamika. What
Like
would you like to
like
say
she's
to
my
her?
friend and hmm, I would say that I'd say trust the process.
Trust the
And
process.
even though sometimes you think that your daughter or your niece is going to head in the wrong directions, sometimes, especially in love, you have to make your own mistakes. You have to make your own choices, or else it's going to be something that you ask yourself for the rest of your life. What
Yeah.
if?
Yeah.
And if she doesn't go for it now, one day she's going to go for it anyway. So let her trust the
Okay.
process.
Trust
And
the
if
process.
she falls, your job as a parent is to pick her up.
So, do you think at the end of the loyal pin that in some way Princess Pattamika understand that in some way?
Yes.
Absolutely,
Because I
100%.
think she understood everything. She knew from the beginning, but she just didn't think that Anin would be so stubborn in trying to
Mm,
push for what she believed in. And she didn't think that, given the society back then and how Pride Month wasn't something that was common back then, right?
yeah.
So she didn't think that they could pull it off, but they did. Very happy for Pin because Pin is lucky enough to have someone like Anin. And Anin is someone who loves unconditionally, and that's very difficult to find.
Because Anil, she's so brave, right? She's so brave. She will do everything to have Pin. This is absolutely beautiful. I mean, it's something that it's a dream. It's like a dream. I don't know. I want to know what is your point of view about love? I mean, you're much more like Pin or Anin in real life.
Yeah, my point of view about love,
Yeah, I know that
I
it's a
think,
general question, but it's important
well,
to.
I know, but with every role that I take, every role teaches me something new.
Mhm.
And now that I'm in my 30s, I see love differently than when I saw it when I was in high school or when I was in my 20s, due to my experiences. And yeah, so I think love in general
Mm.
doesn't have a set of rules. There's no theory in love. It depends on luck,
Yeah.
destiny,
Yeah.
and personal choices.
Destiny, right.
Yeah.
Mm.
You can't tell someone how to feel. You can't give well, you can give someone advice based on your own experiences, but every case is going to be different for each person. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
There's no reason to.
it's a very it's a question that I did every time because I think that we are in love so much, especially, and I want to say that because in Italy, in general, we don't have this kind of representation. So for us, it's very important to see our love on screen, to see that we are okay, we are normal, that it's fine to be in love with another people of the same sex.
There
It's
are no rules to love. That's how I
yeah.
see it.
That's why we feel a lot. We have this kind of attachment to this genre because we don't have this representation. So when we see something like that, and in the loyal pin there was the courage, there was the determination, there was love
Yeah.
conquers all, as you told me before. It was like a victory for all of us.
Yes.
We were part of the
Yes.
story. We were with you in that moment.
It
We
gives
were.
you hope
Yeah, yeah. It gives.
that in the end you can be happy.
Yeah, exactly.
But sometimes it
Mm,
doesn't end up that way. You just have to keep on believing that one day you deserve true love.
yeah, exactly. In fact, we were like just screaming out loud when it was like we had our happy ending. In that way.
Yeah.
In that way, with that kind of words, with that beautiful speech that Anil did with her father, we were
I
part of
love
it.
that.
Yeah,
I read that speech in the script and I was like, wow, this is so beautiful.
right.
And
Yeah,
it's like a foreshadow. Like, this is how the world is going to turn out in the future.
yeah, absolutely.
People are going to be more accepting, more open minded, and it's beautiful to see.
Yeah, because it's something that we need. that right now. Even right now, we need that. It's not something that it's like stuck in the past. It's something that we really need even right now, right? So we felt that.
Yeah.
We really felt that. So I want to know, do you have any other meaningful scene? So we have the scene with Pin, we have the speech of Anil, but do you have any other
Yes.
important scenes in the loyal Pin that are
Mm.
very important for you?
I liked every scene. Like,
Honest
it was so
answer.
difficult. Okay, actually, one of the scenes that I really liked was the scene like in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Lynn comes back from her studies in England
Okay.
and
Yeah.
she brings a present for Auntie Patmika
Yeah. Yeah.
just because she wants to come over and see Pin. But she has to bring the auntie something.
Yeah.
So that scene was one of the first scenes. This is like one of the scenes that I really like personally because
Okay.
of our experience as actors in the scene and working together for one of the first days that we started working together.
Mm.
And it was like it wasn't even that long and it wasn't difficult, but we weren't used to the language and we just started to get to know each other. And so everyone was really nervous
Oh,
because of
okay.
the language. And Pin was giving me the, no, not Pin, Anin was giving me the present and her
Okay.
hands were shaking like that. And
Oh,
I'm like, relax, it's okay. But then, me being the big sister on the set, I just want to like make sure everyone's calm and like happy. But inside, my heart was pounding really hard, and I'm like, okay, don't mess
exploding.
up, don't mess up.
Oh.
Yeah. And so, the director was saying like, okay, if you need to scream, just let it out. And he was talking to Anin, but I was the one who screamed. I was like, ah! Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And that broke the ice. It was like an icebreaker, and everyone's like, are you excited too? Are you nervous too? And I'm like, yeah, very
Of
nervous.
course.
And then how we started talking about how difficult the language is, and that's how we became really close because we complained together.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
So,
it was a very meaningful scene for me personally.
oh, so beautiful. So beautiful. Oh, because it was, what was the first scene? That was the first scene ever?
One of the first scenes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So your
Oh,
experience.
and the long scene that you really liked, Amin's long speech. Remember that one?
Yeah.
The one where she exploded
Yeah. Yeah.
and talking about like the fabric and everything.
Yeah.
If you recall that scene,
Yeah.
it was so long, and we were on the receiving end. The other actors were on the receiving end, right? It was
Yeah.
me, the brother, the mother,
Yeah.
and Min had a long speech and she did her homework really well. And we're all just like cheering for her. Yeah, you could do it, like inside, But yeah,
A
so she did a
silence,
really good job.
a silence crowd, a silence.
Yeah,
So in that moment, you felt at the same time her anxiety. I don't know, her stress, right? It was something,
she did really well.
but
Yeah,
she did very well. Wow, we were.
we're all very proud of her.
Yeah, she did so well, and I know that she was very nervous about because she has to learn and she has to memorize a lot of things, very long paragraphs. So she did so well.
Yeah.
And I remember the fabric part, and we were like, I was like in tears in that moment. It was so beautiful, that comparison, the fabric texture with
The first take for that scene, I was crying as Patmika, and I was like, listening to her speech, and that's how I interpreted the thoughts at the time. But then the director wanted me to do a second take, and he wanted me angry.
Oh, okay. So, okay, I want to ask you.
That's how it turns out. He wanted me angry because he wanted me to get from point A to point B, and I wouldn't care. how other people would try to change my mind because I already set my goal and I am going to get to my goal no matter what.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I wouldn't have to have, I'm not allowed to have feelings for what Anin says.
So in that moment, Pattamika is very mad, is very angry, right?
Yes. How dare you talk about my fabric that way, you know?
Yeah, 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 yeah. In fact, okay.
Yeah.
So because it was like everyone was like speechless, so we have to understand the feelings in that moment because there was Anil, right? I'm just doing that, and I will do it, and we saw also Pin like freeze. You know, it was like
We also have like Tian, the mother,
yeah, yeah.
about to faint because she hears it all for the first time. And she's like, and who do you love? What? Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot happening in that scene.
Yeah, every character has its own personal feeling in that moment. The brother already knew about that, right? At that point of the
Yes.
story.
And he's like, oh, be quiet, sister. Don't say anything. Oh, stop. Oh, I can't stop you anymore. I'll just let you say it. And I'll just make sure my mom doesn't faint. Yeah.
Okay, that's too late to stop you. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
keep going. If you're just gonna keep talking, then go ahead.
And in that moment, I want to ask you the feeling of the mom of Anil. It was she faints, right? She was shocked of this revelation.
Yeah.
But you think that she was
She had no
mad?
idea. She was mad. No, I think she doesn't have time to be mad. It was like, this is brand new information. And it's not something light, it's very heavy.
Yeah, she didn't have the time to understand what was happening, right? She was like, okay,
Yeah.
so this
She
this
didn't have time to be mad. Like, hey, wait, am I supposed to be mad? No. It's just like, what is happening?
in fact, she accepts the fact that Anil is in love with another woman, right? At the second time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But she's like in the middle. She doesn't know what to do. Yeah.
and Anil is like the she's the only girl in the family as a daughter. She is surrounded by brothers, so also her parents want to protect her. I think that there is another feeling that you share, the protection. Everyone wants to
Yeah.
protect.
Everyone wants the best for everyone.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
exactly.
family.
It's
But
family.
sometimes it just doesn't turn out the way that you want it to. Sometimes people stop you from doing what you love, but the core of it is love and care.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
family.
yeah, exactly. No, we felt that. We really felt that. At some point, we were like, um, okay, I'm just trying to understand you. There was a lot of comprehension towards the every single character because the time were different, of course, and it was something new, right? It was
Mhm.
something new for everyone. So I want to know because you're spilling out a lot of things that are very very funny. So how was your experience on set during the filming of the Loyal Pin? I mean, it was funny. It was challenging. How was it? I
Yeah,
mean,
it was a very fun set, and everyone was just willing to help out each other
okay.
in terms of language and the whole way. It's like a journey where everyone became close really quickly due to the difficult language. Yeah. And
Yeah. So it was very.
and everyone is just at the beginning, no one really talked about how difficult the language is, but then uh, after talking to each other during lunchtime, uh, we realized that we're not on this journey alone. Everyone is feeling the same
Yeah. That's
toward the language and the obstacles.
yeah.
And yeah, that's how we became close really quickly. And it's such a nice experience on set.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's one of
We
those
felt that
sets
too.
where you feel like you want to go to work.
We felt that too. We felt that too. It was like the same for us. I remember there was the countdown before the series, and there we were like, yeah, yeah, okay, it will start. And I remember that there were a lot of communications also with the fans, right? I remember a very cute things about you when you wrote about please don't be mad with Princess
Yeah.
Pattamika, and I was please don't be mad with me and don't be mad with her, and I was like, no, we can't, really can't be mad with you or with
Like
Princess
all
Pattamika.
my colleagues were saying like, oh, people are gonna love you this scene. Yeah.
but
Like,
but but it was
bring it
different.
on. I'm ready. Huh?
I'm ready. No, but it was different this time, and I think that because we really felt how Princess Pattamika was in that moment, she was not. It was not easy for her too. That's why I
Yeah.
think we didn't hate, of course, the character in that moment. So,
Like a love-hate relationship.
yeah,
You
yeah,
want to get angry, but you can't really because she loves him.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because at the same time, you know her personal background, so you really can be so mad with her. You really can't.
Mhm. Just a
Right.
bit.
Just a little bit, just a little bit, just like no, 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 and listen to
Mhm.
me. Yeah, right? Yeah, but yeah, we really appreciate that. So I want to know also what you learn a lot about Princess Pattamika. I know when you have to portray a character, you have to really be to transform into another person. But what did you find most intriguing or emotionally challenging to portray? I mean, what was the most intriguing things that you find into the personality of Princess
The most
Pattamika?
challenging thing is for me to believe otherwise, but have to portray the opposite.
Okay,
Yeah.
because she has
But as
this
an actress, once you understand uh, Padmika and where she's coming from and her intentions, then you just have to focus and feel it.
yeah, because she has this
Yeah.
I think that it's very um, interesting character because she has this sort of balance outside. You know, we told that about that. She has a posture. She has a elegant, but at the same time,
Yeah.
she has a very inner vulnerability, right? So she has to
Yes.
balance these two different feelings, and I think that it was challenging for you too to to portray this kind of
Yeah.
things. I want to know also another thing because I know that a lot of people wants to know that how it is working with Free and Becky, how it is working with them.
Oh, right. They're both really nice, and I totally understand why they have fans from all around the world because they're really humble and
Yeah,
very nice people to be around. Yeah, both of them, and they work really hard. They try
yeah,
their best
they really
in
does.
every project that comes along. Yeah,
And
they take their work really seriously.
yeah, I want to say that for us, like we are doing this interview, this conversation. I'm not a professional. I'm just a content creator, from Italy. And
Mhm.
for me and for fans, for Italian fans specifically, it's so important to have this kind of this communication because it's a very human. We love that because you are also humble, and despite the fact that you are actresses and that you are famous, right? So, and we are common people, but you're talking to me, right? We're talking to
You guys give me energy to continue doing what I really love. And that means a lot to me. And this is something that I really love about the Loyal Pin is because it talks to a lot of people from all around the world. People who believe in love and
yeah,
people who have forbidden love sometimes. And this series, especially the ending, gives them hope
yeah,
that one day they can be openly happy
yeah,
about their love
yeah,
lives. And this is something that means a lot to me because it gives me the opportunity to talk to so many people from all around the world. Yeah, whether it be China, Japan, Brazil,
Yeah.
Latin America, and Italy.
Italy.
I'm just
Yeah.
very grateful for this opportunity here that the Loyal Pin has given me.
Yeah. We are so lucky to have the chance to talk with you and with other people, because you have to know that in Italy we're not used to have this sort of a human contact with our idols, with our representation.
Oh,
Sometimes it's a very, no, for us it's completely impossible to talk to them.
yeah, I'm just thinking that all of this, like talking, being able to talk to the fans, the
Mm,
series fans from all around the world, uh, yeah, it gives me energy to
yeah.
hold on to my passion for acting.
Yeah, and I think that you can help other people too, right? With your work, with your energy, with everything. I think that this is important for people who need support in general. I think that because something that I feel that. I feel that too. That's why for me it's so important to bring some kind of things, because people really needs to
Yes.
listen that we have hope, that we have a chance, right? That we have a
Yes.
dream and it can be true. And so
Because love is a common language around the world.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Love is
It's a
something,
concept that everyone understands.
yeah, love is something that everyone can understand. That's so truth, and
Yeah.
that's what we want to bring. And also, I want to ask you another two things, if you can give me this chance. I know that
Yes, sure.
the role of sports for you, it's important. You told me that you were an
Yeah.
athlete in your life. You're now playing golf, right? You
Yes,
love,
I've been playing ever since I was little. Yes.
beautiful. I want to ask you, how important is sport in your life? Because I know that sport is something
Hmm.
that can help also, right? The artistic career for the mental health, and also for the body
Yeah.
activity, body energy. I'm very caring to mental health and to the body positivity. So that's why I'm just asking to you, and maybe you can share with us your experience.
And especially golf is a mental game. It's all
Again,
in your head. Sometimes you can have the physical abilities to go out onto the course, but if you're stuck mentally, you can't you can't make a good shot. Like let's say um, if you go out and you're on the first hole and you hit it into the water, you hit the ball
yeah.
into the water, and if you're angry at yourself, it means you can't move on to the next shot.
Mhm.
And if you just let go and stop uh, beating yourself up about your past mistakes,
Yeah.
then the next shot could be a beautiful shot. It's the same thing as in life. If you mess up or if you make a mistake along the way, just you don't have to be mad at yourself. Just let go and move on to the next shot. Move on to the next opportunity. And yeah, that's how I live my life, as if it's a game of golf.
That's beautiful. That's why I want to ask you these things, because I imagine that you have this kind of connection with the sport. And
I remember one of the scenes in The Loyal Pin. It was so difficult, and I had scenes with Victor.
mhm.
He played Kunpua. Yeah, he remembered his lines like perfectly, and it was one of my off days where I'm like, "What are my lines again?" And I just, for a minute there, I thought I was holding everyone up. Like I thought I was wasting time, but then I had to be like, okay, hang on, give me 2 minutes. And
Yeah,
I had
give
to
me two
like
minutes.
walk out to the corner and be like, take a couple of deep breaths and walk back into the scene
Yeah.
and start up.
Okay.
Yeah. And sometimes like if you don't do that and you keep reliving your past mistakes, you can't continue.
That's important to understand that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No, no, it's something that I want to ask always because it's important that people
It comes with
can
age.
it comes
Yeah. I
with
would never understand this as a teenager.
yeah. I'm totally agree with you. Yeah, yeah. I think that experience can help, right? Also.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I think that the timing is here. It's very important, but to have someone important as you for us that maybe can be, a lead role or someone. I want that, as I told previously, my purpose is that someone, when listens to this kind of conversation, just remember the word and said, okay, Charm said this. Okay, I can do
Oh,
it. Yeah, I think that it's important because you're important for us. So when someone important for us tell us something important for our life, we can remember that. We can find strength for these words, right? I think that.
that
So
means a lot to me.
yeah, because that's why it's not just asking what is your favorite sport. No, it's not only this. It's something that we can catch your words, we can catch your energy and just close our eyes when we are in difficulties, when we are in a not a very beautiful moment, right? It can happen in life, and just remember that okay, what Charm told to Ilaria in that moment, okay, I can do it. Okay, okay, I can do it.
You know,
Next.
one more thing is that one more very important thing about sports or every type of competition, I guess, is that whenever you make a mistake, you have to find the strength to wholeheartedly forgive yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so important to remember that. Sometimes it's not easy, right, to do that. Sometimes we blame ourselves a lot. And sometimes we are like stuck in this kind of block. So it's important that someone is like knock knock, you can do it. It's not your fault. You can do it, right? So that's
Yeah,
why
just don't repeat the same mistakes again.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
We can learn from that. We can learn from them, right?
Yes.
That's so important to know. And I want to say thank you for telling that because I know that my community especially needs that because we are, and I want to say that again and again, we are less alone because we have you. We are less alone
Um,
because we have you. Because we have someone who represents us. We are like taking our hands and we are like less alone because of you. And this is so important that you are telling me and to us these things because it's so important. So I want to say before we go something, and as I told you before, if you want to give some advices in general to the people who wants to enter in the entertainment world, what
mhm.
would you like to say to your fans, and especially after these advices, what would you like to say to your fans, to your because we are a family, yeah? We want to we are like listening to you as a friend, okay? If I can say that, of course. Because we
Yes.
are really
Um,
to you.
I think it's going to sound cliche, but I just want to say for those who have dreams of entering the entertainment industry, to never give up. Sometimes things don't go your way quickly, but if you hang in there and you keep moving towards your goal, then one day you can find your big break. Some people succeed at a very young age. Some people would have to wait a little longer, but it doesn't mean that it would never happen. You just have to trust the timing of your life.
Trust the process, right?
Yes, trust the process and never
Okay.
give up along the way. And in the meantime, while you're on your way towards your goal, make sure you find different ways to better yourself along the way.
Yes, of course. Yes, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, Charm.
Thank you so much, Ilaria.
ขอบคุณค่ะ
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 Arrivederci.
Arrivederci and have a nice day, Charm. Thank you.
Bye. Arrivederci.
Baci from Italy.
Best wishes in your love life.
Thank you so much, Charm. Bye-bye.
Bye. The series The Loyal Pin has given me the opportunity to meet fans from all around the world and learn different languages such as Tagalog, Chinese, Japanese, Spanish, Portuguese, and also Italian. So I just want to say grazie, Piera Vera Gradato, The Loyal Pin. Kapun ka. Thank you very much to everyone from Italy for watching The Loyal Pin. I really love Italy, and as you can see, the wall in my house, Italian views. So, once again, thank you so much. Arrivederci.